What's up, guys? It's Four Dimensional from DistinctBeats.com, here to give you some pointers on how you can really make your track stand out and shine like the pros. Now, these are just regular tips and tricks that have been used for God knows how long, but there's something I feel like every producer still needs to know, and I'm going to reiterate anyways. So, first things first, the equalizer is really one of the key things into really sparkling your tracks up, because you need to dedicate them to a certain frequency range. Now, to cover the full spectrum, you typically have your bass, a couple mids, and then a mid-high, and then a high. Or however, there's usually four different, groups that cover, or four different tracks that cover the spectrum on a equalizer. Um, there could be more, there could be less. It just depends on how tight you want your mixes to be. Low end for my particular genre, EDM, dubstep, is you want to mix your low ends around 200 hertz. That's just a pro tip. You got to know 200 hertz is where it's going to sound the cleanest. And another thing is you really don't want to be playing any notes lower than F. The reason I say that is, especially with the subwoofers and sub oscillators, you don't want to be striking anything lower than an F chord or an F note, because your subwoofers aren't going to pick it up anything lower than F and make it sound clean anyways. So let's see. That's basically the gist of it. But as far as like your mids and your highs and everything, you just really got to play with it, and it depends on the sound. So there's certain sounds that sound better, 2 kilohertz or more. It just depends. Just mess around with it and see for yourself. The next thing is volume envelopes. On this particular track here, I'll just stop for a second and show you what we're working with real quick. Anyways, you get it. You can hear the movement in the track. It's just a track I whipped up real quick. Just to be able to demonstrate these techniques for you guys real quick. But where I'm going with this is, if you notice that there's movement synchronized around the drum set, and how you do that is, the first technique is volume envelopes, which I love because these really just give movement. And you can draw in these automations. So basically, you're programming the volume on a mixer to go up and down, accordingly. You can hear what it's playing here. I'll play that one more time. Now, on that particular track, all these tracks actually have the same volume envelope. You can draw in these envelopes. I have mine based around the kick drums just to give it a little accent. Yeah, and you can just have fun with those and just give them those will really sparkle and bring your melodies to life. So the next thing I want to cover that'll kind of aid to that as well is your compressor, especially sidechain compressing, which is my favorite way to clean up a track. It's probably the best way to clean up and prevent from peaking and getting that fat sound everyone's looking for. Now, the reason is you can, like for instance here, I have this side chained to my muscle or my drum track, and the reason for that is every time a kick drum or a snare drum hits powerful drum noise, it'll compress the rest of my tracks, because I have them all side chained together. So every time a kick drum hits, it'll compress the audio file just for a second while that kick drum is hitting. It's just very small duration. You have to really pay attention, but If you don't use this technique, then your chances are your stuff's gonna peak out, and you'll have to mix lower, and you're gonna be missing out on some fat sound. So let's see. Also, limiters are very key. It's just I feel like everybody needs to use these four things: EQ, volume envelopes, compressor, and limiters. Limiters, especially on a master track, because nobody wants to peak out, and it just sounds like a mumbled mess, and nobody wants to hear something that sounds like a blender crushing glass. So keep it clean. These techniques are used pretty much on every track and every song in my mixes, and it really just helps color and bring things to life. Again, my name is 4Dimensional with DistinctBeats.com. I'm going to be coming at you with some more tutorials here on some mixing techniques that every musician, artist, producer must know. Go ahead and check out the link below the video, visit our website, and see you guys next time.